Hello, everyone. I'm Chelsea from Chelsea Stratton Designs, and today I am here in my mom's sewing studio, and we're in a different corner here because we are going to do part 2 of the quilt box video. And let me just preface, we did a video before where I had a box of quilts and it's unfinished quilts. I finished the quilt tops and then I never got them quilted because I thought they either had too many mistakes or I just wasn't satisfied with how they looked. And Billy and my mom encouraged me to share those. So we didn't get through all of them in the first video. And I have the second stack here with me today. And we're just going to share them. And some of these I haven't seen in years. So there's probably going to be some things we find, hopefully not too scary. So the first part of the video we did was actually filmed December 2023. We're going to have a link to that in the description of this video, just in case you want to go back and see part 1 if you missed it. But for now, we're going to go ahead with part 2 and the rest of the quilts in my box. This is the rest of them. So let's just go for it. Okay, so I do not remember the name of this pattern. It is a pattern by Camille Ross Kelly, and I think it might have said like Lucky something maybe, and I made it in our Desert Bloom collection. I think what I noticed about this one is my ironing is terrible. My ironing is actually atrocious, but definitely see some corners cut off or not matching. But this is by Camille in our collection, and I really miss this collection actually. It was a great collection. I loved this one. So it's not that bad. I could probably get this one quilted. It is not that bad. Okay, probably gonna fold these after. Oh, guys, this is a fabric collection from a long time ago. It's by Lella Boutique. I think it's Little Miss Sunshine. And this is a clam bake or clamshell by Camille Ross Kelly. I actually love this one. I don't think that everything aligns that well, and I made it for my second child. I intended for it to be a baby quilt, and I never got it done, but it's really cute. I love it. I actually really like this one. I like this fabric collection too, that Vanessa designed. She doesn't have a ton. I like when she has yellow in her collections. Very cute. Guys, that one's not so bad. In the keeping with the theme of baby quilts, this was for my son. So this is like a couple years later. I must have made this one. And this is my mom. Oh, there's a hole in this. Okay. We're starting off great. There's a hole in this quilt. It obviously didn't get that sewn. Okay, so this is Baby, and this is a pattern that my mom designed for our Desert Bloom collection, but this is actually not fabric by Moda. I believe this is Art Gallery. The ironing isn't that great, but I think if I fix this and just did a little bit of quilt surgery, I think we could call this one a day and actually get this one quilted. And you want to know what? I betcha I could just gift it to someone and they would be appreciative of it. I don't think they would judge me too hard. I obviously have been obsessed with red, white, and blue quilts. This was Creekside, and we did have a lot of reds, whites, and blues. I am not certain whose pattern this is. This might be just one I did. It might be my mom's. I did some Ohio stars with some 9-patch, and my ironing doesn't look awful, I would say. This is a big quilt. I think I shared this as kind of like a sew along on my blog, like my non-existent blog that was like years ago. Lots of points cut off, but this is pretty. This is back when We did ivory as our background color and not Bella 200. So everything was a little bit warmer that we designed. But I don't know. I still love the red, white, and blue. And I use red, white, and blue in my house so much. So this one's not bad, guys. It's not bad. I think there's the pressure, like when I first started quilting, I didn't want to make any mistakes and was really, really embarrassed because my mom is an amazing quilter. And I don't know why I was so worried about that. This is one of my favorite quilts ever. It is a pattern by Joanna Figueroa. If anyone can remember what it is, it was like something wrapped, I think. So it's Christmas presents. And I loved, I still love her fabrics, but she does like a Christmas sale every year. And I had saved up a couple of bundles, reds and creams from her sales every Christmas until I could make this quilt. And I am obsessed with it. I don't care. I actually don't care if there's anything wrong with this quilt because I love it so, so much. It does not look great on the back. It is fraying everywhere, but it's Christmas presents. And I ended up bringing this one to get a picture of it at my brother and sister-in-law's wedding because it was snowing. And so I'm actually going to pull that picture if that's okay, Billy, if we can pop that up. I took a really pretty picture of it in the snow. And it was really cute. I need to get this one quilted. I love these fabrics still. Joanna's ginghams and polka dots are just perfection. And I actually mixed some of our low volumes in this quilt too. Actually, this one I'm proud of. That's really cute. This was a really clever pattern too. I like how she designed. You can kind of see the bow in the middle of the present. This one's cute. I actually really, really like this one. I am going to show that picture though, because I like that picture. Okay, I have made a lot of Camille Ross Kelly's patterns. Obsessed with them. This was a Christmas pattern she did. And I know this one is off. I know it was not perfect. Look, I have these seams ripping apart right here. I don't know what the heck happened. So it was a Christmas one and there was like 4 different blocks in the quilt. So look, there's different presents. So there's like tall presents and there's short presents and there's presents with stars in them and they have the bows. And I do not remember the name of this one, but look, there's like a peppermint patty in one of the presents. This was a really, really fun quilt to make, and I really wanted to finish it before Christmas, whatever year I made it. And I did. I finished it before Christmas, but I obviously never got it quilted. And this is in her handmade. I think the collection is called Handmade with Love, Handmade, something like that. And it was kind of a bold move. I love that she did this. She added black into the collection and did this Christmas pattern with it. And I loved that she did a black in a collection. I hadn't seen that before with like pinks and greens and all those things. She had a Christmas collection. And I don't think this one was Merry Little Christmas. I can't remember. But this is a pattern I had been wanting to do forever. And I did the large pattern is actually here. But this one, I think it's vintage, guys. This is Vintage Remix. And so these are the smaller blocks. Oh my gosh, I love this quilt. I'm sure I lost points and stuff on it. That's pretty. Wait, why do I have that as one of my sashings? I have some random sashing in there. I wonder if I like ran out of white fabric. That's really funny because I have like green over here. So this is Vintage Remix. And you want to know what I did? This is so funny. Look at the sashing posts, you guys. I must have been feeling extra because look, I fussy cut them to just be the bows. Do you see that? I fussy cut those. That's funny. Wow, I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Yeah, so this one's by Camille Ross Kelly. And that I think I'm going to call that a Christmas quilt because I used all the reds and greens and pinks. Okay, we have one last one. So Vintage Remix was just a pattern she came out with. Vintage was actually in one of Camille's books, one of the very, first or second, I don't know which book it was, but I have the book that Camille did, and it's what inspired me to make Vintage Remix was the original Vintage Quilt, which is the larger block version of it. There's only 9 blocks in it. And I actually made this in the handmade collection. And I love, love, love this one. I saw this in her book. My mom gave it to me. And I decided I would make this. And I put the black in the center because, of course, I'm really weird when it comes to designing. I think that the most bold color should be in the center. So black for this one. But yeah, this is vintage. And then the one I just showed you before was Vintage Remix with these smaller blocks. But this pattern was in her book. I don't know if you can buy this as just a separate pattern. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But oh man, I'm gonna have to iron it if I get it quilted. There are some big creases, definitely corners cut off. These blocks are really interesting to make because you make them, but then you have to trim them, into a square. And I think that's where I kind of messed up. Like, look, there's like, what is this? There's a chunk missing out. So if I sew over this to get that, or like this fabric is ripped and cut, I must have cut that with scissors. I don't know. My quilters are so great though, they would make it work. I know Marion would make this work. Her poor soul. I'm going to bring her like 20 quilts and she's going to be like, oh no. I think my advice to anyone would just be, I was really nervous about this before, but I really should get these quilted because my kids can use them. I could gift them. I know that people would appreciate them. But this is it, guys. This is the box. You tell me. Please tell me in the comments how you feel about these. Are they atrocious? Do you think that they should be quilted? I think I should set a goal to get a few of them quilted each year from here on out. But I think for that reason, I don't have any, I don't really have a lot of works in progress because I don't want to have anything that's unfinished. And I think with these, I was like, well, I'd rather them not be perfect and just be finished, but then I was too afraid to get them quilted. So I guess my advice today is just get them quilted. But you guys tell me what you think. And if you want to rewatch the first video, please go ahead. Like I said, we'll have that linked in the description of this video. Okay, so if you liked this video, please hit the like button or share this video with a friend. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe. We would love to have you and hope that you'll come back to view more videos. And thanks so much for stopping by.